Okay, guys, Spider-Man Miles Morales. That game was amazing, guys. I really loved it. It blew my mind. It went every aspect of the game was amazing. I really loved it. I finished the game and now I'm playing New Game Plus. I'm like reliving the story. But anyways, guys, without further ado, let's get into the review. I didn't mean for that to rhyme. Let's get into it. Alright, guys, so we start off the story with Miles and Peter actually trying to escort a convoy back to the raft, but the convoy actually, breaks off. The convoy breaks off and out pops Rhino out of the magic jack-in-the-box, and then you now have to fight Rhino. You have to steer him in this you have to steer him in like stuff and to debris, or like steer him away from it at least. I steered him into it just because it was fun. But you had to steer him away from debris, and you had to also fight the prisoners that escaped from the raft, and it was so amazing, guys. And at the ending of it, you come to see Spider-Man, or Peter Parker. I don't know why I did this. That's his actual name, Peter Parker. He had Miles do everything on his own, mostly because Peter had to go to Sincaria with Mary Jane, saying, "I'm not gonna be here anymore. You're gonna be New York's only Spider-Man, so you better take care of New York while I'm gone. If you're not, you gotta hang up that mask." That's not what he said. I'm just paraphrasing. But Peter left everything to Miles Morales to keep New York safe while he was in Sincaria with Mary Jane, or MJ if you will, to do an expose or a piece of a story on the war over there. Miles was kind of against it because of the fact that it's going to be his first time alone and he doesn't know if he's going to be able to handle it. However, he handled everything very well. He was able to do things that Peter Parker could and couldn't do himself, and it was awesome, guys. I loved everything of it. You go to Roxxon, you learn that they're evil, and they wanted, I forgot what they wanted to do. They wanted to do something to make the world better. I think do something with solar power. I'm sorry, I literally just played the game and it's so amazing, and I have so many things in my head that I can't really boggle what they wanted to do. But they wanted to do something with solar power and they wanted to make the world better. But however, the Underground had a different agenda. Underground thought that Underground is, I guess, opposed to Roxxon doing what they're wanting to do. So the Underground, who is led by Finn, Miles Morales' best friend, spoiler alert, who actually says that she wants to stop Roxxon because Roxxon is the person that killed her brother, Ben. And really it's Ben, like Uncle Ben, who killed her brother, and she wants to stop all of what Roxxon is doing. And then you come to find out Roxxon is the evil people in the story. Evil people. Is that good grammar? Evil people? No. You come to find out Roxxon are the evil people in the story right now. And now you have to fight Roxxon along with fighting the Underground. And then you have to try to gain Finn's trust by going into her base, and then you have to see what they're doing. I'm skipping over a lot of crap, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm sorry if you guys think I'm skipping over a lot of stuff. I'm not trying to. I'm just so excited that everything's gonna come when I think about it, guys. But you have to earn Finn's trust. You have to get into the Underground. You earn her trust eventually. You have to jump off of a crane, which is what? He had to jump off of a crane, which amazed me, which was kind of weird to me that Miles, he said make it look believable, so I guess he had to make himself almost fall in order to make it look believable, like he wasn't able to do it, but he was kind of able to do it. And it was amazing, guys. There was a scene at the beginning of the game, when Miles first takes off his suit. It's like a Christmas scene where everybody's gathered around the table. There's some music playing. It's like a montage. It was amazing. I called it like a good times. Good times. That's what I did when I was playing the gameplay. You guys will see it on my channel. If you guys go over to my channel, into the Spider-Man Miles Morales playlist, you guys are able to see it there. Sadly, there's only 3 episodes, but anyways, back to the review, guys. So after you infiltrate the Underground's hideout, you go back and put on your spider suit and you take out everybody stealthy if you want to, or you can go in guns blazing. I did it stealthy and I did it guns blazing, guys. You can do it any way you want to, but that's just how I did it. then after you did that, Finn, I guess, finds out that you're Spider-Man because Miles tells her. Miles tells her that he is Spider-Man. She gets shocked at the point that he is. Also, let me go back a few. I'm skipping a lot. Let me go back a few. Miles blew up a bridge. He didn't mean to, but he blew up the bridge. He didn't mean to do it, but he blew it up. It was amazing. It was amazing how he tried to fix the bridge, and he used his webs to tried to bring the bridge back up. And I confirmed it that Miles is officially stronger than Peter Parker, because in Homecoming, Peter couldn't even bring a boat back together. You know, Miles is able to pull a whole bridge with people on it, mind you. Cars, people, everything. He was able to pull that bridge back together to get people a way to cross over to the other cross over to the other side of the bridge. And it was such an amazing feat that I was shocked. I was like happy. I was excited. I was like, what the heck, dude? This dude's this strong. Holy crap. Miles is number one Peter Parker in my book. Number one Spider-Man. I'm sorry. Number one Spider-Man in my book. I feel like he can do a lot more than Peter Parker can, but we also don't know the extent of Peter Parker's abilities unless you have read the comics or unless you've seen like a lot of the shows or whatever. We don't really know the more aspect of Peter Parker's abilities besides of what we've seen in the games or in the movies, you know. Anyways, back to the review again. And then also you come across in the actual game, after you infiltrate underground, after he brings the bridge back together, after he does this and does that, guys, Prowler comes in. You find out, of course, spoiler alert for anybody who didn't know. You find out that his is Uncle Aaron. And Uncle Aaron, he tells Miles to actually tell Finn that he's Spider-Man. But he tells him to... No, I'm sorry. He doesn't tell him to tell her. He tells him to not tell her he's Spider-Man because he has to protect himself. He has to keep his mouth shut, lay low, don't tell anybody. But Miles goes against it and tells her he's Spider-Man just because it'll get to a clarity between the both of them. Later on, you come to fight Rhino. You infiltrate Roxxon's base. You fight Rhino again for the second time. And when you fight Rhino for the second time, you actually beat him with Finn's help, I believe, if I can remember, with Finn's help. And then also Finn kills him. We don't know if Rhino's actually dead. We did see the sword go inside of Rhino. Spoiler alert, we did see the sword go inside of Rhino's chest. So he could be dead, but with all that, muscle and fat and armor, we don't know if he's actually dead or if he is just injured in the hospital or in the raft. So we have to find out in the DLC or maybe in the next game they're gonna figure it out. I don't know, guys. But I just hope that Rhino isn't dead. That would be horrible. After she quote-unquote kills Rhino, she gets upset with Miles, knocks him back out of some weird random rage that she has after Rhino upset her for some reason, and she points that rage towards Miles, knocks him into a train system. The trains weren't running, luckily. Knocks him into a train system, and then weirdly starts beating the crap out of him for no reason. I got confused because I'm like, where's this random rage coming from that you're doing? Like, what the heck is this? Like, what the heck's going on, right? Then you come to find out, of course, that she's upset that you didn't tell her that you're Spider-Man and that you're trying to stop her from doing the mission that she wants to do, and that is destroy Roxxon with this reactor machine that can blow up basically half of New York itself. So you later on go to chase down. This is like at the ending of the game. This game is like really short, but it was really good. You chase down Finn, and you chase her down to the science museum that you and Finn both went to at a younger age. I'm sorry, I don't know what just happened. But you chase Finn down to a science museum that you and Finn went to at a younger age, or I guess back when Miles was Spider-Man, and you guys go and you guys see all these ocean life things, and you guys go into the science part. It's kind of like Mosey. Have you guys ever been to Mosey? It's kind of like the Mosey Museum. You guys go inside Mosey, you see all this science stuff. You get to see all the science stuff. You get to beat her at a rocket game, which was really fun. There's this lady who stops you. There's this lady who randomly stops you from going in because you don't have a pass or a ticket or whatever to go in to see the show. Eventually you do get in by doing some weird technology thing with a light. You do get in at a certain point, and she looks at you, goes inside the elevator, and she's like, "Come on, guys, I just said you can't go in." But it was funny. I liked it. That was a good one. There was a small cameo in the Science Center where you saw Peter Parker and Otto Octavius before the whole crazy bit, before Otto went crazy. You did see the whole, you did see them both together in the lab talking about what to do with their project and their grant and everything, and trying to figure out what to do with the arm situation. It was fun. It was fun to see that cameo, guys. I didn't think I would see a cameo of them in the actual game. But it was fun. I mean, a cameo, I didn't think I'll see, let me rephrase that. I didn't think I would see Peter Parker and Otto Octavius in that Science Center, I should say. It was fun to see them, though. It was really fun to see them. I really enjoyed it. Later on, for the final fight, you do fight Finn officially. You do finally fight Finn for the final time. And when you do fight Finn, she is convinced that she's convinced that you're lying to her, that you're trying to stop her from doing this and doing that, which you are. You're trying to stop her from blowing up the reactor and blowing up half of New York, but she just thinks that she's trying to blow up Roxxon. But what you're doing is, Miles is trying to tell her, no, you're going to blow up half of New York, or at least all of New York if you do this, or at least Brooklyn, that mind you. And she doesn't care, she doesn't want to listen, she doesn't want any part of it. So then you get into the fight. She starts throwing these blades at you, she starts doing these weird beam moves. Eventually you beat her. It's a really long fight, but eventually you beat her. She says sorry after she and you falls out of a window. You grab her with your web, you hug her, and then she says, "I'm sorry," and then he says, "I know," kind of like a Star Wars thing, I love you, I know. It was really fun. It was really, not fun, it was really cool to see that fight, to play that fight at least. And then for the final scene of the game, you see Miles slowly walking to the reactor. Then he puts his hands on the reactor because his venom strike, electric ability he uses that to have all of the reactor energy go inside of him. He collects all of the energy, but he is unable to move. He is unable to do anything. So he starts twitching on the ground because he has like a huge electrical energy inside of him. Then, as a last resort, she takes off her arms. She takes off her armband things, her hand glove things. She turns on her boots, and then she flies over to Miles, picks him up, brings him up to the sky. She tells him to let go, and then he lets go of all that energy. Guys, there's a beautiful shot. There's a beautiful shot in the game where Finn is just holding Miles, and then Miles is just like laying down, and then there's like a whole beam of light. Guys, that's awesome, amazing scene in the game that they really beautifully animated, and I really love them for it, guys. It was amazing, and I really hope that you guys can get this game, because this game is so fucking fun. I am playing New Game Plus right now, guys, and I'm going to relive it over and over again, guys. This game was my game, and I really enjoyed it. I don't know if Cyberpunk's gonna beat it, but Cyberpunk, you got some big shoes to fill with this Miles Morales game. I'm telling you that right now, guys. Anyways, guys, that's my review for Spider-Man Miles Morales. Actually, towards the ending of the game, let me tell you guys what happened towards the ending of the game. Peter comes back, Miles starts to drink coffee upside down, then they go and fight a crime, and there's this cool ending shot with Miles in the front and then Peter in the back, looking like they're about to go do some business. So it was a cool scene, cool final ending scene. there's this also, like Marvel does, there is also a post-credit scene where you see Spider-Man, no, not Spider-Man, when you see Harry Osborn, you know, where we left him off in the original Marvel Spider-Man game. We left him in a green tube, and you see like the symbiote or black, you see symbiote or black ooze, I want to say, or black gel all over him. And then you saw that, you know, that Venom hand you saw that Venom hand touch Osborn's hand, and everybody was like, what the heck, what's going on? Harry finally wakes up towards the ending of the game. Post-credit scene, he wakes up. Kirk Connors, who I did not peep until I saw somebody else stream the game. I did not peep that Kirk Connors was in the lab. So this confirms we might be getting next game or probably DLC or whatever, guys. We might be getting Venom. We're gonna be getting Green Goblin. We're gonna be getting Rhino. We're gonna be getting the Sinister Six, guys. Give us the Sinister Six for the next game, guys. I'll be so happy if Miles and Peter and Gwen, give us Gwen Stacy. I've been searching for Gwen Stacy throughout this whole game and she's not in this game. Put her in a DLC, Insomniac. Put her in a DLC, Marvel. Put her in a DLC, PlayStation. She needs to be in the DLC, or at least have her own game. Do Spider-Man, Spider-Gwen, and then bring them all together for a Spider-Verse game, movie thing. Just like Into the Spider-Verse. You don't have to make it like Into the Spider-Verse, but guys, please, Insomniac, make it happen. Create a Spider-Gwen game. I would love to play a Spider-Gwen game. She is also one of my favorite Spider-Mans. Spider-Noir is cool too, but Peter Parker is kind of Spider-Man Noir, so I don't really want to play his story. So just do Spider-Gwen. We already have Miles Morales, we only have regular Peter Parker. Do Spider-Gwen, guys. We already have Miles Morales, Peter Parker, and then we can get a Sinister Six game. Do Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man, Sinister Six after Spider-Gwen, or do Sinister Six and Spider-Gwen. I don't care what you guys do, guys. This game was fun nonetheless. I really enjoyed it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed my review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.